Nuon Chia is the main character of Enemies of the People, but he could never be called its hero. Known as Brother Number 2, he was the right-hand man of the Khmer Rouge leader Pol Pot. In the documentary, he talks about his role in the atrocities committed by the regime. Cambodian investigative journalist Tet Sambat devoted 10 years of his life to the documentary. He says he met with Nuon Chia on the weekends for 5 years before Mr. Nuon agreed to talk to him.
One day he told me the truth. He said that he had observed me for many years and had realized that I am honest and not biased toward any side. He said from now on he could tell me all the decisions he and Pol Pot had made.
Rob Lemkin co-produced the documentary with Tet Sambat. He says viewers will decide for themselves if they think Nuon Chia is telling the truth.
Whether you believe him or not, it's very important that he should be allowed to give his version of events so that future generations can make a decision about what they think about these events.
Tet Sambat also found the people who actually carried out the executions. He had to spend years meeting and talking with them before he could persuade them to speak. Sambat had a personal reason for spending so much time pursuing this story. His parents and siblings perished at the hands of Pol Pot and his followers. A movie made in the mid-1980s, The Killing Fields, gave a name that has endured to the horror that was inflicted on the people of Cambodia.
It's precisely these sufferings that had pushed me to find the truth behind all the killings during the Khmer Rouge's regime. Now that I know what had happened behind the scene, I feel liberated.
John Cooper is the director of the annual Sundance Film Festival. He says Enemies of the People is a picture whose time has come at last.
I mean, this film is both frightening and mesmerizing at the same time. It's such a fresh approach. It couldn't have been told until now because just nobody was willing to go there yet. And this filmmaker waited it out. I think it was every weekend he went and shot, and until finally these people broke down and started talking to him. So it's this incredible story, and stories change lives.
Robert Redford is the founder of the Sundance Film Festival. He told reporters that the makers of Enemies of the People have created something special.
What I like about it is that goes further, deeper in by a journalist to explore what was behind the killing fields. You know, we heard about the killing fields in that film that came out, but to cover the untold story, that's what always interests me.
Sam Ratha is a Cambodian-American living in Salt Lake City, Utah. He is one of the first Cambodians to see the documentary. He says he is glad to hear Nuon Chia speak.
He told the truth so that the younger generation know what he has done in the past. Those who are committing this crime should know that one day they will have remorse. While in power, you can do anything you want, but don't forget that in the future, you will end up like Nuon Chia.
Nuon Chia was arrested in 2007 and charged with war crimes and crimes against humanity for his role in the Khmer Rouge regime. He is currently in detention, awaiting trial in Cambodia. For producer Reasay Poch, Brian Allen, VOA News.